Infra. Mr. Gupta, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Given that there is been a indecision, at least in the state of Maharashtra, and we don't know which way the next government is going to move in terms of policy action. Parts of South also have seen a change of guard, and when the state government changed, there has been some back and forth, at least on the state orders. What is your experience? Is it business as usual, or right now it's uncertainty and there is slowdown?
Well, hi Pankaj. I feel all the government agencies realize that infrastructure development is the key to the success of any state. So I don't foresee any decline in the execution of the ongoing projects plus the inflows. We've been working in different parts of the country with different organizations. We realized all the government agencies believe that infrastructure development is on the key top priority. So even the new government which is coming up is aware that infrastructure sector is the one sector which develops a lot of employment generation is there. So I think there will be ongoing, the infrastructure thing will keep going the way it is.
The GST collections are indicating that states this time may not have a lot of revenue collection because of the drop in collections. If GST collections have dropped, state share would be less. If states are getting less revenue, the spending will also stall. Am I painting a doomsday scenario, or more like a realistic scenario which is waiting to happen?
Well, all the states have two types of projects in flow. One is funded by the state and the other one is funded by the central government. So the projects what we are having right now are all with the secured funding tie-ups. So some are funded by JICA with the SPV of central and state government, and some are funded by the states. So I think all the projects which are already tendered will go on with the timelines what is expected, because the fundings are already tied up.
Okay. Thanks for joining in. Kamal, now let's talk about most of the other infrastructure companies. They managed to have a decent order book to bill ratio. Is that enough for growth in the coming years?
Yeah, ma'am, there's enough inflow happening across all the states in the country. If you see the order book of J. Kumar, which stands at 13,000 crore plus, so this gives us a clear visibility for coming 3-4 years. And I think there's enough food for everybody. People say there's funding problem, but what we foresee, there's not such a big problem of finance if the company is having financial disciplined setup with a delivery track record. So we thank our bankers for the continued support in this.
So that's the stance that you have. And have you seen the state order inflows, gain more importance in terms of the order inflow versus what we had seen over the last 4 to 5 years?
Of course, the inflows have been robust since last 5 years, because there's a lot of infrastructure flowing every state, and we are working in different parts of the country with different agencies. So inflows are very good, ma'am. I mean, we are very hopeful and positive that the infrastructure sector will see very good years coming forward also.
Okay, wanted to understand, how big an issue for the sector is funding really? And, now with this sudden change of guard at the government, do you think funding may ease a little bit?
Well, of course, the change of guard is inevitable. That's a part of life. But all the government agencies understand that infrastructure will be key for their development of the state. So I think this will keep happening in the right spirit, and we are hopeful for the same.
What about funding? How big an issue is that? And, when we're looking at the overall Capex cycle as well, I want to understand the commentary from your end. Do you think that we are likely to see an incremental pickup in the Capex cycle? What is the outlook on the capacity utilization, the kind of interest rate environment that we're currently working in for infrastructure companies?
Well, our capex size right now would go up. We are expecting a capex increase of only around 70 to 100 crores in a couple of years. So our asset to the bill cycle will be very good. Right now, which is trading at 3, will go till 4. And since there's a lot of infrastructure happening throughout the country, and the big ticket size is going up while the timelines are shrinking, there's a big challenge for the skilled workforce. I think it's very important for any company to maintain the fiscal discipline, and which we are committed to. So we feel like, it's very good going for companies like us, which a healthy balance sheet.
We've gotten a flavor as to what the overall situation is. Thanks so much for joining in.